Yeah, excuse me. Ever yet don't matter. Probably both.
Thought that it couldn't get any worse. Here comes Kanye West with a surprise. Kanye just had his biggest meltdown yet and is currently going viral for saying a lot of very dumb things like free P. Diddy. He also went off on Jewish people again.
Jeez.
He praised Hitler, said he was a Nazi, and dropped Diddy merch while he was at it. This man is completely losing it. And
Diddy merch is crazy.
So, let's give that attention to him, shall we? Definitely got a lot of shit on my mind about this topic. Just the other day, we spoke about the stunt at the Grammys involving Kanye's wife stripping herself of her clothes, something that Kanye ended up defending in this recent Twitter link.
What? His girl just got butt naked at the Grammys? That's crazy. Hey, boy, I don't never want to have that much money, man. That is Looney Tunes.
The guy's going off the rails, and honestly, whatever was left of the man he once knew as the genius, that man is completely gone. Let's go over what he said so far, and just for the record, I'm not going to be able to go through all of them because, as I'm recording this right now, he's still putting up tweets like every 2 minutes, and I just can't keep up with that, bro. Like, I got a life to live, okay? All right, guys, so let's actually go through these tweets, okay? So, the first tweet is Kanye says, free Puff.
And the nigga got 40,000 likes on it, though. That's the crazy part. 40,000 likes on Free Puff is diabolical.
We don't free that ninja. And then he says, Diego, I don't know how you say it. That's an alcoholic beverage company that used to be in bed with Diddy, and then they ended up parting ways. And then after that, he says, "Oh, you please come at me. That's how we know the coons left these white people and Jewish people tell you what to do and say, fuck Diego or Diego, all you niggas in advance." And then this is when he promotes the P. Diddy merch that he made, right? So, as you guys can see, that's some merch right there.
This nigga said, "I am selling Sean John collaboration." Niggas ain't wore Sean John since 2010, nigga. Brother spoke about before they locked him up and splitting the profits 50-50. Jeez.
I'm selling the Sean John collaboration that me and my brother, talking about Diddy, spoke about before they locked him up. We split in the profits 50-50, and then he says, Puff get one call a morning, and then after that, he puts
Puff get one call.
I got in the shower and thought of like 6 tweets. Let me see what I can remember. Please get back in the shower, Kanye. And then he says, I'm going to normalize talking about Hitler. This is crazy. And then he says, the way they talking about killing niggas has been normalized. And then he says,
oh boy,
so fresh. Crazy.
Oh boy.
He says, call me Yadolf Hitler and you're still wanna.
He said, call me Adolf Hitler. Hey man, this is what we do to mental health streams. And we're going to do one this weekend, Lord say the same. And this is why it's good to, I don't know, normalize talk. I don't know. He probably just needs some regular people to be around him. It's probably too many people saying, "Yeah, nigga, that sound cool." I wonder what Pusha T think.
And then he says, I love cutting the grass every couple of years, 3 devil emojis. And then after that, he says, just for clarity, they're trying to make an example out of Puff. Me and my brother had our issues, but these white people trying to use Puff to scare niggas. I'm neither scared nor brave. This is just me, he says. And then after that, he says, I just found out that Puff is not allowed to make or collect money while he's locked up, so I'm going to send his half of the money to Justin. And then after that, he says, whoever is after Puff, we got to find out exactly who they are. Okay, cool, play off the grid. My heart has not jumped not one moment today. I got steel in my veins. God mode. Puff, we love you. Nigga, speak for yourself, okay? When I was canceled, no nigga showed up for me other than Ty. Every single other ninja waited for it to be.
Jay-Z can't live with the nigga.
Waited for me to be in good standings with the Jews. Then they came around. That ninja better than everybody anyway. He's talking about Ty Dolla $ign. And then after that, he says,
and everything is in caps too.
Want my spot. I will never not know that. Every rapper living want to be me. Every rapper living wish they was yay. Okay, whatever you say, Kanye. And then he says, ain't nobody ramped up either. I'm calm as ice. This is how I really feel, how I really felt, and how I will always feel. F all you, your F-ass, unfair business deals. Any Jewish person that does business with me need to know I don't like or trust any Jewish person. What? And then he says, I can say Jew as much as I want. I can say Hitler as much as I want. Matter of fact, I do say it when I want. And then this is the tweet when he kind of justifies the Grammy stunt. He says, anyone who called my wife's Grammy look a stunt is dumb and lame. Yes, you. Sounds so sassy here. She been dressing naked for 2 years. That's not something to brag about. Now all of a sudden it's a stunt. Every single on the planet. Wish they had her bravery, body platforms, and access to money, and a husband that supported their personal expression. There are a lot of things that had to.
Yeah, there are people like that. We call them porn stars and strippers, and nothing wrong with that. But no, do your thing. But yeah, there are people like that. People who get naked and do stunts like that and perform bravery body platforms and all this other stuff you talk about. Yeah, they call it porn stars.
Converge for this moment.
In case you forgot about the regular world, Kanye.
Is a choice? No, Kanye, please stop. And then he says they're trying to prove
slavery is a choice. It's crazy.
Y'all effing know that. And sitting laughing at the effing internet on Instagram. This man gave his life to us. This is my idol. This is my hero, he said. And then after that, he says, what y'all gonna do? Cancel my sneaker deal. Cancel my record deal. Freeze my accounts. F all y'all ninjas. Slavery is a choice. I'm speaking my mind. I ain't editing shit ever again. And then he says all these. By the way, I'm literally exhausted from all these tweets, bro.
Yeah, I bet.
All these celebrities.
Has he stopped, yo?
Is pussy. Y'all watch our brother rot and never say shit. F all that woke shit. Ninjas addicted to complaining. Do something. And then
video. That's him.
And ain't nobody do nothing.
He's talking real low for some reason.
I was pussy then too. Chris Brown till the wheels.
Like on some.
And then he says Elon stole my.
Like on some synthesis. He's just like lowering his voice, I noticed.
Nasty swag at the inauguration. Yo, my guy, get your own third rail. This guy's weird, bro. And then he says, I love when Jewish people come to me and say they can't work with me anymore. It's my favorite. And then he says one thing about being God on earth is you have to constantly forgive every human. Nigga, you ain't a God. And then he says, I will say nothing bad or against China. They always showed me love when Americans turned their backs on me because of a red hat or a t-shirt. I get money with China. I love China. God had my mom bring me there when I was 10 for a reason. And then he says, I change my mind when I feel like it. We know. And then he says, nigga, newsflash, white people and Jewish people are different. You can get money with Jewish people, but they always gonna steal and invite you over to their house on Friday. White people do not fuck with ninjas. They leave.
Invite you to their house on Friday. Why Fridays? For all my Jewish people out there, why does Kanye say y'all invite niggas to the house specifically on Fridays? Why not Wednesday or Sunday or Tuesday?
That to the Jews. If you think you're getting money with a white person, it's
Elon Musk.
That's
Elon's a clown too.
Jews hate whites because of the Germans from World War II. And then let's make this the last tweet because I literally cannot do this anymore, guys. Kanye says all white people are racists. Nigga, that's your fucking fan base. And then this is the last tweet.
Nigga, that's your fan base.
Hate white people and use black people. Man, enough of this.
Nigga, that's your fan base. That's a good comeback.
If a man really hated
nigga, that's your fan base.
Day one, he would.
Facts.
So as you guys could hear, this man is completely going insane, but that's very common for Kanye. By the way, that wasn't even like all the tweets. Like I told you, I just ain't got enough time in the day to let him spit out all his BS so I can cover it all in one video. Now, Kanye said free Diddy, which is something I've actually heard people say before. A lot of people think that Diddy was set up because they don't want a successful black man in power. First of all, Diddy has been in power for a long time, for decades actually. It wasn't until all of his wrongdoings accumulated enough to the point where he ended up seeing real world consequences for his actions. I don't think there's an agenda with Diddy being behind bars. I mean, that was the same man who on that footage that got leaked was beating the hell out of Cassie as she was
in a towel. Is crazy.
Diddy for you. Ain't no agenda there. Kanye's obviously an opportunist, so whatever benefits him, he's going to be for that, which is why he's selling this merchandise so he can cash in on all the Diddy supporters' gullibleness, okay? And then as for the anti-Semitic comments he's been making, this is something Kanye has been on for a long time. I'm sure some of y'all actually, or all of y'all actually should know this and remember this, but he put up this very strange tweet back in 2022, just out of nowhere, and I'm not going to read this out loud or show it actually. Let's just say that he had death and Jewish people in the tweet. Now, if you guys did not know, the majority of Kanye's business partners, they used to be of Jewish descent. Kanye has been making a whole lot of money with Jewish people for the.
Oh yeah, I remember when he did this little whatever this was, conference, clinic, TED Talk, Kanye Talk. He sounded like he was losing his mind. Like this was like he was watching a person lose their mind in real time.
of his career. And then in 2022, that's when he really started going off the deep end. A lot of things were shifting behind.
Look at this nigga.
His ex-wife Kim Kardashian, she started running for the hills, and their divorce, that was a roller coaster. Okay, at first things seemed intense, then suddenly it seemed fine. Then Kim started dating Pete Davidson, who for some reason got her name branded on his skin. Meanwhile, Kanye was out here buying a house across the street from her, making public statements about wanting to, be back together, and just spiraling publicly, okay? Kim was quite literally dying to get out of that relationship.
Jesus
but
Christ.
while everyone was watching the Kim K and Pete Davidson drama play out, something much bigger was happening to Kanye. His business empire crumbling, his partnerships getting pulled one by one, his billionaire status slipping away, and honestly, that was all Kanye is doing. Because being in business with Kanye is like playing a Russian roulette. One day you guys are signing contracts, making millions of dollars together. The next day he's on Twitter blowing up your whole operation. And that's exactly what happened. In the span of just a few months, Kanye went from being a billion-dollar mogul to losing everything. Adidas dropped him, Balenciaga, Gap, and every major fashion company also cut ties. His longtime talent agency, CAA, dropped him. A finished documentary about Kanye shelved.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
Kanye hopped on Instagram to say, Ari Emanuel, I lost $2 billion in one day and I'm still alive. This is love speech. I still love you. God still loves you. The money is not who I am. The people is who I am. But let's be real. This wasn't some spiritual awakening by Kanye. A lot of the wild stuff he's doing now is because his pockets ain't as big as they used to be, okay? Now, Kanye is never truly gonna be broke, okay? He's built such a massive brand to the point where he could walk into any room, breathe for like 5 seconds, and someone would hand him $100,000 just for existing. But when you reach this level of success, the money ain't just about what you have, it's about what you owe. You got business expenses, you got personal expenses, you got taxes, you got employees to pay, you got investors expecting their money back, because a lot of these ultra rich dudes don't gamble with their own money, they borrow other people's money, and then when things go south, that's when the real problem starts. Now Kanye, a lot of his downfall started because he went on that anti-Semitic tirade. All the Jewish business partners Kanye was working with, they all came together and said, like, you know what?
Why would he do that?
With this guy anymore? And honestly, can you blame them?
Why would he do that?
Guy who's made hundreds of millions of dollars doing business with them, and then
looking like a homeless nigga,
flips the script and starts going on these insane rants about them. At that point, it's not even about the money anymore. It's about the respect. They weren't about to just keep cutting him checks while he was out here disrespecting their people on a global stage. So one by one, they dropped his ass. No more Adidas.
Yeah, he trying to get monetized. He can't put that in here. That's crazy.
And that's how Kanye went from being one of the biggest names in fashion to watching his entire collapse overnight. But instead of taking accountability, instead of realizing that he fumbled the bag,
I thought you could post stuff like that on X. I didn't know.
Double down. And now
I thought X was free speech and all that
downfall playing
mess
in real time. The sad part about Kanye is he's such an attention seeker to the point where he doesn't, really care if it's positive or negative. As long as his name is trending, as long as people are talking about him, that's all that matters to him. And that's exactly why he...
That's what I'm saying. This nigga used to have the Sunday service joints. Like, Kanye is so full of it, bro. He went from having Sunday service to posting Hitler is cool and all that. Swisher House signs on T-shirts.
I'm pushing the envelope. This guy obviously thrives on chaos. Every time he does something controversial, he gets the reaction he wants, and that just fuels his ego to keep going further. At this point, it's not really about the money anymore, it's about the ego. Because think about it, this is a guy who had it all. A billion-dollar empire, which I'm sure he probably has that empire to some extent, right? The biggest brands in fashion backing him. A wife who, love her or hate her, is one of the most famous women in the world. And also, to Kim's defense, I mean, this woman... she genuinely loved Kanye. When the entire industry was telling her, why did you get with this guy? She was defending Kanye West because she loved him. And
she was tired.
Kanye.
She was tired.
Look at him now. He's out here selling bootleg Diddy merch, ranting about Hitler. Like, what? That's not just a fall from grace. That's self-destruction on a whole different level. And the crazy part is Kanye probably thinks he's winning because in his mind, if people are talking about him, he still has power.
It's crazy. The reality is I still like that Donna album. Still got some real good songs, but man,
it shouldn't be, oh, but he's rich, or oh, he's famous, or oh, he got money.
This ain't what he was.
When all that disappears. Look at P. Diddy. At one point, he was a billionaire, untouchable, moving like a king in the industry, and now he's locked up in a prison cell, a place where nobody cares about how much money you got, how many celebrities you knew, or how many hits you made, or how much power you had on the outside. Right now, there are other men in that prison looking at...
Actually, they do. If they can punk him and or befriend him, whichever one, they can use that to advantage for commissary. So it do matter his status on the outside world inside that prison, especially when he get established and he get to see what money he has and it gets known and gets spread around the jail or the prison or blah blah blah. Yeah, it's gonna make a difference for sure.
Him dead in the eye, telling him when to eat, when to sleep, and when to wake up. If you're listening to this right now, you're in a better position than a guy who was once a billionaire, because at least you got control of your day-to-day routine. And that's the thing Kanye doesn't seem to understand. All this clout chase and all these shock value stunts, none of that lasts forever. We already know that. You can be a billionaire today, but you keep playing stupid games, eventually you're gonna win a stupid prize, okay? And at the rate Kanye is going, who knows what's next? I'm not saying he's about to get caught up in some Diddy stuff, but at this point, who even knows who this guy really is anymore? Because let's be real, the Kanye that we see today is not the same Kanye we knew 10 years ago. Back then, he was the genius, he was the visionary, the guy pushing the culture forward. Now, he's unpredictable. One day he's talking about building a utopia. The next day he's selling bootleg Diddy merch. And the day after that he's out here praising Hitler. What kind of arc is this? Because I ain't never heard about this one. And the crazy part is nobody around hhim is stopping him. That's the problem.
Them shirts sold out.
There's no one left to check you. No one has the balls to check your ass.
I just said that at the beginning of the story, beginning of the video. He got a whole bunch of yes man and yeah, look, he even says it right here, next column, surrounded by yes man. See? That's easy money layup shit.
Everyone in your circle is either a yes man or they're scared to call you out because they ain't trying to lose that check. So Kanye just keeps on spiraling and spiraling deeper and deeper. And if history has taught us anything, this kind of downward spiral never ends well. I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. This is the same guy who gave us the greatest music of our generation. The same guy who made Through the Wire, Jesus Walks, Flashing Lights, Runaway, songs that defined entire eras of hip-hop. A lot of us grew up on his music. A lot of us used to love this dude, man. But now, it's hard to even recognize.
Website got shut down. Just checked it.
Controversy anymore. This is not just about him being a free thinker. This is a full-blown identity crisis playing out.
Website is shut down.
And the saddest part, the flesh of Kanye might still be here, but the soul, the mind, the Kanye we all knew, that nigga's gone. It's like we're watching a shell of the man he used to be. I mean, the genius, the innovator, the artist who changed hip-hop forever, that Kanye is long gone. What we now have is someone who's spiraling, reaching, trying to stay relevant by any means necessary. And
when he could just play some music.
Too deep in it to even see what's happening.
When he could just
burn so many bridges.
He doing all this when he can just do the same thing but with some music. And it'll probably be received in a better fashion. But boy, this nigga, you got too much time, too much money, and not the correct people around him to say, my nigga, you going crazy.
Lose so many friends and push away everyone who cared about you, what's left? At this point, is even his own family going to be able to stand behind him? Because let's be real, he's already pushed away everyone who once truly cared about him. Kim, she's gone. His kids growing up watching all this unfold, the people who once stood by him, either silent or gone.
Now his kids gonna rock with him.
It's making it real hard for anyone to defend him, honestly. Because being considered a genius at one point doesn't justify self-destruction. At some point, you gotta ask yourself, when everyone around you walks away, maybe the problem ain't them. Maybe it's you. And for Kanye, that realization might come when there's nobody left to clap for him. Everyone around him is literally afraid to call him out, afraid to tell him the truth, afraid to get cut off just for speaking up. Because at this point, being in Kanye's circle is like walking on eggshells. I'm sure it is. Have y'all seen some of those clips of him like being at a party or something, like backstage somewhere? Like
his employees are shook.
Don't say me. I'm by myself in this motherfucking room. Everybody shut the fuck up.
This is clearly a person who has some mental problems, issues going on upstairs, which we've known for Kanye to have. These mental lapses, these mental breakdowns. But once again, this all goes back to being punched in the face. You know, even as a grown man, some niggas need to be punched in the face or in the chest. You know, just a good slap of reality. When the last time you think Kanye actually been slapped in the face or punched in the face or punched in the chest? Huh? It's been a minute, probably. So even the richest niggas need a reality check. And that's just what he needs, man. Because he don't care if it's good publicity or bad publicity. But I bet he'd care if someone whoop his ass. I guarantee you that. He'll start caring for real.
Hey, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something right now. Just the fact that you ain't listening to me. Listen, ain't none of y'all niggas with me. I'm by my fucking myself. Then ain't none of y'all niggas stand up for me. Ain't nobody stop. It's shut up. Be quiet before you get exiled.
One wrong word, one disagreement, and you're out. That's why he's surrounded by yes men. People who won't challenge him. People who won't hold him accountable.
She said, "You ain't God, nigga."
He keeps on spiraling. Because when nobody checks you, nobody tells you, nah, bro, this ain't it. You start thinking every thought in your head is genius, right? And Kanye is living in a world where nobody can tell him he's wrong. But reality don't work like that. At some point, you either wake up or you crash out. And the way he's moving, that crash out might be coming sooner than he thinks. I know it's coming. You know it's coming, and you know I did the best job I could possibly do with this video, so now I want to hear what you have to say about this topic. Kanye is having his worst meltdown yet. If you made it this far, drop a like on this video, subscribe if you want to keep up with all this great content, and yeah, curious to hear what you guys have to say, man. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the comment section below, but most importantly of all, I'll catch you guys.
Oh, Black, I'm not subscribed on this channel?
Peace, I'm out.
How dare I?
Buick GMC of Beaverton.
He's a crazy nigga. We know it. You know it. They know it. You feel me? And what do crazy niggas do? Crazy niggas act crazy. And I'm thirsty. It's sad to see, yeah, but I don't feel sad for billionaires. I feel sad for the people around them. You feel me? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? My upbringing in a poverty-stricken area has left me no tears, no liquid, no water in my eye sockets for billionaires who decide to act like fucking kids. Nope.